This crate is full of robbers, but there is no one at the checkpoint. The police chief knew that the crate must have been modified. He called a subordinate to enter the bottom of the crate. He came to the outside of the crate himself, and then ordered his subordinate to shoot. The position of the bullet hole instantly explained everything. He returned to the crate and issued a warning. If you don't come out obediently, shoot immediately. But the robber was clear in his heart that it was hard to escape, even if he couldn't get out. Naya found that there was still space above the crate, so he climbed up first. As the patient is on the verge of death, the gate is suddenly opened. There is no sound here. The officer ends the girl's life with a shot. Then, the order begins to clear. The bullet passed through the railing and shot into the house. Everyone was shot into a sieve. Mia's hands were tightly wrapped around her mouth, afraid of making a sound. In the end, even the lucky child survived. It's hard to escape the sound of a gunshot. After the officer took the body away, she shuddered and took out her mobile phone. She texted her husband to hide. Let him quickly find a place to hide, or he will be shot. At first, she and her husband were actually in the same container. Unexpectedly, the snake opened the box door again. More thieves rushed in at once. After a mess, Nick was arranged by the snake to another box. In this way, the two were completely separated. At this time, only Mia was left in the box. And the dream journey of this unique encounter began. She didn't know if her husband was dead or alive. All I can do is leave it to the gods, but the heavens don't seem to care about him. On that evening, there was a storm and the ship was shaking on the sea, and in order to keep it, the captain had to order some containers to be dumped, and the body of the mother was in it. When I woke up the next day, it was daylight, and the whole container was rotating 180 degrees. He cut out through the burden barrel and found he was surrounded by a mess, and he wanted to contact his husband. But his mobile phone screen was broken, and he took out his backup phone, but forgot the password. Translation by Cloud Judiciary. Check the description for the link. Though the English translations may be slightly corrupt in some cases, the video is enough, and I hope it will be useful when I translate in Chinese. Though the English translations may be slightly corrupt in some cases, the video is enough, and I hope it will be useful when I translate in Chinese. Megor will disappear in the sea, and despair he takes out a small knife to follow her husband and dies. But this time, the belly suddenly moves a little. The baby's in the belly for him, and the mouth gives up the idea of suicide because he can't stand being sent to the baby's side, and the other day, he starts asking for life. The first thing to be done is to open the last wooden box of the food. I was looking forward to the surprise, but the director wasn't so kind, and he gave him another box of plastic boxes. He scolded the director while scolding the screenwriter, but the seal was still a bit useful. He used it and the tape to block the leak, and then he found a pipe, which soon solved the problem of leakage and drainage. He wrote on the tape, recording the daily date and the highest water level. In the luggage he carried with him, there was a piece of bread and 2 bottles of water, as well as some simple outdoor supplies. At this time, a phone call suddenly rang. Thank God, it's my husband. It turns out that Nick is not dead. He saw Mia's voice message at the time, so he found a chance to escape from the concentration camp. At this time, he is still hiding in the city. After learning about Mia's current situation, Nick said he would find a way to save her, and asked Mia to find a way to survive. It's easy to say, but it's a circle after a circle. At this time, Mia's oxygen was broken, and she had a storm at night. At this time, Nick called every day. Mia's mobile phone fell into the water. The picture turned to the 3rd day. Mia successfully gave birth to a baby. This process is too sensitive and distressing. It is not suitable to release here. The appearance of the baby gives her more hope, but the new problem also comes with it. She has to eat to have milk. The baby can only live, but there is no way to be trapped in the box. She thought of the hammer. so she started to break the box. Another day passed like this. There's only one bite of bread left, and the only can is already at the bottom, but she can't give up for the baby. Finally, a sudden rain saved her in a few days. It seems that the box is not useless. With water, at least you can live. But it's far from enough to have milk water. She keeps her spirits up and continues to break. What does it mean that a woman is weak, but a mother is strong? At this moment, the spiritual power reflected on Mia's body is limited.